Hey guys! So last week we discussed what meta-language is and why it is so important in your essays. So if you haven't checked that out, then I'll chuck it up in a card up above and also in the description below. But today we're going to zoom out of the essay writing and have a look at the bigger picture. So if we're looking at essays, exactly what is needed to change your essay from something that is very average to something of an A+ standard. So you've been doing essays since you were around 13 or 14 and maybe even younger. But by the time we reach the end of high school, there are certain things that are expected of us. So apart from meta-language, here are some of the other things that are really essential in your essays. Social, cultural, or historical values embodied in the text. Depending on when your text was written, your author would have had particular ideas and beliefs. For example, in Kate Grenville's Lieutenant, this is set during European settlement in Australia. And so she explores a viewpoint of a character who is quite unconventional like the rest of his people. Someone who does not look down on the Indigenous people, but in fact, welcomes and accepts them. So when we take this back to the author and what the author is trying to say, you can see that Kate Grenville is criticizing the early settlers who used to treat the Indigenous people as aliens. Number 2, different interpretations. When we look at a particular text, you're only one person, and the way that you look at it might be different to how someone else might look at it. Just like how if we both walk out of the movies, you might really enjoy the film, but I might not so much, and that's okay. But that's because we have a different interpretation on the story that has happened. So how is this beneficial to your essays? If you can show your assessor or examiner that you are aware of different interpretations that are possible on a particular character or an event that happened, it shows a depth of understanding that would otherwise not be present if you only argued from the one perspective. So just like when we do debates, we acknowledge the opposition's viewpoint and then we counter that with our own. Similarly, in essays, what you can do is acknowledge other viewpoints and also introduce your own, or use them both together, whatever works for you. 3, skillful weaving of quotes. Now I've done another video that I'll link up in the cards and also put in the description below on how you can quote. The most important thing is that you embed your quotes within your essay. Don't focus on how many number of prompts you should have. Don't focus on a specific number of quotes that are required per body paragraph, but focus on providing the best quotes that are appropriate for the idea that you're explaining. Lastly, strong turn of phrase. Develop your own unique writing style when it comes to essays. Start achieving this by developing your vocabulary and making sure that all of your ideas really link to one another throughout the essay. You want to use words like conversely, furthermore, additionally, in order to ensure that your ideas build on one another in order to focus on your topic. If it is at all possible, try to enjoy your text as much as you can. When you enjoy your text, it means that you're going to be more willing to write on it and therefore provide a fresh interpretation and something that anyone else would want to read. Enthusiasm is something that can be transmitted onto paper and something that others on the other end, so your teacher, examiner, can really feel and appreciate. So that's a really quick sum up. If you wanted to find out more and read the blog based on this video, then go ahead and do so in the description below. Now I've got a question for you guys. At your school, what do they say is really important? What do they emphasize on you doing when it comes to writing essays, apart from everything else that I've mentioned in this video? I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say. That's it from me this week. I've been quite unwell this week, so that's why I'm wearing something warm just to keep me all snuggled up. I hope you've all had a really great week though, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Bye!